What up, Kings? Hope you're well. In this video, I want to talk about how 80% of media jobs are getting wiped out by AI and what I believe the future of the ad business might look like.
In 2024, the four largest tech companies in the United States leading advances in AI earned nearly $268 billion.
Both Amazon and Microsoft exceeding analyst estimates on both the top line and the bottom line.
But these profits have come at the cost of the dismissal of hundreds of thousands of workers.
This is no surprise, is it? If you look at the last, let's just say 18 months to 12 months, there have been a lot of layoffs. Massive layoffs from Microsoft, Google. It used to be 10 years ago when you hear about a layoff, it was something quite shocking. But nowadays, it's not really shocking to hear about layoffs. And it's really affecting a lot of people's lives. And to say this is something that's going to slow down is going to be a complete lie. This is affecting even the ad business as well. And I'll jump into a little bit of that in a second.
Workers who generally belong to the so-called middle class.
Despite reporting better than expected quarterly results, tech giant Microsoft announced it will be laying off roughly 6,000 employees.
Although advances in artificial intelligence promise gains in productivity, efficiency, and cost reduction, people who lose their jobs also lose the opportunity to move up the socioeconomic ladder.
See, that's the saddest part. I feel bad for those people that are just getting into the tech industry or even the ad business. And they're just finding out now that there's no future for them in this industry. The people that are going to benefit the most, unfortunately, are people that have a lot of experience. And the people that have been exposed to different layers of the industry. So let's say, for example, in the media business, there's somebody who's been exposed to the sales side of the business, the activation side of the business, the operations, management. And typically that takes time. It takes a lot of years to move up the ranks and get exposed to all these levels. So if you're just a low-level, entry-level employee and you only have 5 years of experience, you don't really know what it's like to be a media director. So even if you were to start using AI, you wouldn't even really know how to use it because AI only works when you know how to use it. There's so much technology nowadays that didn't exist when I started in this business 18 years ago. And I'm shocked at how there's so many people that don't realize what they have. Some of the challenges and problems that I've experienced over the last 18 years, or even let's just say 10 years, I know to look for AI tools to solve those problems. But if you haven't been exposed to these types of problems that I have been exposed to, then how are you going to know what to look for? You wouldn't. So it's easy for you at the senior level to be able to find tools to replace some of the problems that you're already used to. But if you're at the junior level, you don't know.
Big tech companies like Meta, Google, and Amazon have been laying off a staggering amount of workers, tens of thousands of people.
The problem is that with the elimination of these jobs, the gap between the rich and the poor is growing increasingly wider.
Yeah, this is another thing that's happening and that I predict is going to happen in the future. So there are two groups of people that are going to get immensely wealthy in the future. The first group is the group that creates AI tools to solve all these different problems in the marketplace. Think about every single challenge or every single problem that you've experienced in the media business, whether it's billing, copywriting, accounting, legal services, that's another one, or creative services. There are already guys that are building solutions for all of this stuff. The second group that is going to get immensely wealthy are those people that know how to use all these different tools. As an agency owner, I'm finding that I don't need a big staff to manage millions of dollars. I really don't. I can manage, even $10 million or $20 million with just a staff of 2 or 3 people. Okay, maybe like 5 people, because we need some checks and balances there. Before I start hiring somebody, the first thing I think about is, can AI do this? And if AI can do it, then absolutely, I'm using AI over hiring somebody. And I'm willing to bet this is exactly what is happening at Every single ad agency out there, including these big agencies that are doing mass layoffs. And you guys know which agencies I'm talking about that are merging, changing their names up and doing mass layoffs. While these agencies might think that they're winning, there's also a downside to jumping onto this AI bandwagon. The downside is that all these people that you're laying off, they're going to start bad-mouthing you. And it's already happening right now. You go on TikTok, you will see a lot of ex-employees of a lot of these agencies, bitching and complaining about how they got laid off for no reason, they're mad, and they're just bad-mouthing these companies. I'm just like, man, that's sad. Because a lot of these employees, they don't really know. They're just disgruntled. They don't really know that the final bosses at the top over there that laid them off, they're also trying to survive. They're not doing this because they want to. I mean, come on, some really don't give a shit. But some don't do it because they want to. They're doing it because they absolutely have to survive. These are legacy agencies that have been around for decades. And in order for them to survive they need to embrace this new technology. And that's really what's happening. It's capitalism, baby.
The digital revolution creates enormous wealth for those with the skills and preparation to take advantage, but it eliminates what economists call middle-skill jobs.
Whereas in the past, workers had bargaining power due to their essential role in production, today that power is diminished in the face of machines that operate without salaries, demands, or interruptions.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I just covered. There are a lot of agency owners right now that are just saying, I am tired of dealing with people. And personally, one of the biggest headaches in my life is dealing with people. I can't tell you how difficult it is to deal with people. So if I can find technology to replace people, I'm doing it all day long. And if that technology is more efficient, it doesn't complain, it doesn't, report me to HR. Come on, man. It's a no-brainer. Because there's a lot of people out there that have been spoiling it for everybody, using and weaponizing HR. Now a lot of these people are just saying, nope, I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to deal with this. In fact, I'm going to get rid of HR completely because AI doesn't need HR. I don't need HR. There's software for that. I just have my AI bots and I make my money.
So, how artificial intelligence is replacing middle-class careers? The rise of artificial intelligence has ushered in a new technological era that promises significant productivity gains, cost reductions, and transformative efficiencies across all sectors. However, behind these promises lies a growing economic concern. AI is accelerating a structural shift in the U.S. labor market that threatens the stability and very existence of the middle class.
Yep. I mean, we didn't have to watch the rest of this, but if you guys want to watch the rest of this, I'll put a link in the description of this video. Go watch it. But yeah, ultimately, 80% of agency employees are going to get wiped out. It's going to leave the top 20% that are the most productive anyway. In my experience in the last 18 years, it's been the 80-20 situation where 20% of employees contribute to 80% of productivity in the organization anyway. And then the other 80% are just placeholders. And those 80% of the placeholders are going to be replaced by AI because then they're not essential like that. But even in that 20% that's left, there's going to be the final bosses, the 0.1%, the final bosses that know how to squeeze you out, that know how to squeeze out the 19.9% out of the job, making your life miserable, asking you things like, well, what can you do for me that AI cannot do? It's unfortunate. What can we do? This is the future that we signed up for. I hope you guys get some value from this video. If you're ready to work with the best, we're an AI agency. We're an AI focused first. When we come up with strategies and tactics, we look to incorporate AI into everything. I'm going to show you how to triple your ad conversions to make sure that in this economy, where results matter more than anything now, you get the results that you need. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Schedule time. Talk to you soon.